Hello. Okay, so it's day 2. The time is 6:30 in the morning. I woke up at about 5:30. I went to sleep at 11, which is not 10 o'clock, so I need to try again at that. But I did meditate before I went to sleep, so that's good. I'm feeling a bit better than yesterday, obviously. I'm looking forward to today. We are going to work on something quite interesting, something that I've never done before. We are going to try and go up to people in the street and communicate with them using nothing but body language. So that's like eye contact, posture, the way you use your arms and legs. And we're going to play around with it and see what happens. As I say, I've never done it before, no idea how it's going to turn out. I think it's going to be quite exciting. So yeah, let's see what happens. Right. Okay, so we're back in the same location. A few more people have come out this time. The videos that I'm putting out there seem to be attracting some people, which is good. We've already worked on this whole silence thing. So the idea is that you see somebody and then you try to communicate with them without saying anything at all. And it's kind of fun. We thought about it, we tried it initially and we were like, what do we do? How do we communicate? And then we realised that actually all that we need to do is work on we picked the duration. So we start off, it might just be a wave and they might acknowledge you. And then maybe a bit more, like they might stop and they might be like, hello, like, what? And I'm just working on building that up, increasing the duration to start off with. So the idea being to get comfortable with using your body language, using your eye contact, being comfortable in communicating in that way. So far what I'm doing is if I meet maybe a woman, then I might like stop them and then put my hand out, and then I'll encourage them to like put their hand on my hand, and we could either shake or I could like maybe twirl them round or give them a hug, like who knows, like so that's what I've been doing at the moment. We'll see how we get on. I'll do a bit more and then I'll tell you if I learn anything else. Oh, it's persevering. Okay, so I'm just getting a bit of advice with my approaches from someone here. What he said to me is that I need to work on my approach. So walking from, running up from behind, turning around, doing a gesture to get them to slow down and stop, and having good eye contact. I've tried it on a couple of people. I've got a bit of footage here which I'll show you. So we're trying to refine this now. So let's see how we get on with that. Cool.
So I thought it could have potentially been one avenue for building my knowledge.
So I've done a couple more of those approaches, and I started to struggle a bit, and then I was like, well, I want to be able to talk now. But I've been told under strict circumstances that I need to stick this out, and I've been reminded that this is 30 days, so I don't have to worry about that too much, so I'll keep going. Okay, so the other people have left now. I'm inside the shopping centre or mall for my American friends, and I'm just sort of reflecting a little bit on some of the things that I've been told. I'm getting a lot of tuition here, which is really great. Now that everyone's gone, I'm sort of back inside myself, getting back into the way that I would approach this if nobody else had been with me. For me, I tend to do things a little bit slower paced. I tend to take my time and sort of look around for, I don't know, I feel like I'm kind of in search of some kind of connection with someone. And there's been times in the past when I would walk around maybe up to an hour and a half, just being aware and being open to something. And I found actually that although it seems counterintuitive and that it might be a waste of time, I've actually met people and had long-lasting connection with them when I do that. I think it wouldn't work for people if, it's one thing that happens when I do that is once I see that person and I want to talk to them, then I will talk to them, like there's no question. So it wouldn't work if you didn't do that. It would be a waste of time. But that said, like I think the fact that I'm doing all these intense approaches all the time, like I think that's really, really good for me. And actually, I think I want to do more. I want to do more in the time that I've got. One of the things that happened is because there was a lot of guys here. There was a lot more talking between us. So I think what I'm going to do is like set a timer when I'm talking to people in a group, and I'll set maybe like a 5-minute timer. And if I'm still talking to them after 5 minutes, my alarm will go off, and then that's my cue. Like I need to get out there again and practice the exercises that I'm being given. So I haven't had that magic feeling of a conversation yet, the connection. So I'm going to carry on my own until I get it. Okay, guys, big success. I've just been on a coffee date from someone that I just met in the street. So what happened after that bit where I was in the shopping centre or mall, I got kicked out by a security guard, and I just went on I was just walking around, just kind of like, in a way, kind of like in a bit of a daze, and I had this feeling like, you know what, I'm feeling a little bit deflated, because I hadn't met anybody yet where I had that connection, and I kind of have this feeling that I need to chase that a little bit, and then I was thinking, well, I was rationalising in my head that maybe I don't need that every day, and like maybe it's just my ego. And then anyway, this woman just was walking, and then she looked at me, and then I looked at her, and then it just sort of, I was like, whoa, hang on a minute. And then she walked away, and she literally walked really far and then went round the corner. And I was stood there thinking, what do I do? What do I do? And in the end, I was just like, you know what, I'm going to have to go and chase her. So I felt really awkward doing it. I ran down the street, I ran around the corner. She turned around and looked at me like, what are you doing? And then I just went all the way up to her, and I stopped her, and I was just like, I did that approach thing that I was being shown, and I just said, look, I actually apologised, just like, I'm sorry, but I saw you, and there was something there, and I wanted to say hello. And before we know it, we went and got coffee, and I was speaking to her for maybe 45 minutes, and she was quite closed on when we were getting coffee, but you know what, I don't mind. I'm just happy that I've done that. So yeah, this has been day 2, another successful day. Looking forward to day 3, so see you then.